Hey guys, this is Johnny H. Just want to show off my Crypticon Seattle shirt, which I think you might be seeing backward, but I like to think that some of y'all can read backward. Everything else here is fucking backward for some reason, because of my Kinect camera. I'm here to talk about my experience at Crypticon Seattle, which I was at only a few weeks ago at the end of May. First off, I want to say this is the first time I ever visited the United States of America. Something that I've wanted to do since I was born, really. Ever since I was a child, all I ever wanted to do was go to America. And for the past 3 years or so, I wanted so badly to go, and I tried to get to Los Angeles for Halloween, for the Halloween Horror Nights, or some other events at the Jump Cut Cafe as well for the Dead Right Horror Trivia Night. I hope to go. I actually want to go to Los Angeles for a weekend just to go to Dead Right Horror Trivia Night. But yeah, everything happened at the right place at the right time. The opportunity came, I took it, and I managed to get a flight. The flight cost me about well over £800, and a month later, I bought my VIP pass to Crypticon Seattle. This is between February and March time. So then I got that, and then I was on my way. I saved up whatever little money I had. I had all these stupid ass debts to pay off, and then what happened was it finally happened. Wednesday, May 20th, I got up and I got on the plane. It was a 10-hour flight. Couldn't sleep because what happened was there was two empty seats right next to me. And I was thinking, oh yes, I get to sleep for the flight. But then the other guy who was on the other side of the plane was like, "Oh, you don't mind if I sit there, do you?" And I'm like, I was like, really gentleman-like. I was like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, go ahead." In my head, I was like, "Yeah, whatever, fine, go ahead." So, yeah, I couldn't sleep for the whole flight. I think it was just because of excitement or whatever, or the fact that they had Supernatural season 9 basically on the little TV monitor in front of me. So I did that, and I just had the headphones in. I was watching all of that because I'm a huge Supernatural fan. But then when I arrived in America, that was it. The second I got there, that was it. It was just a dream come true. I posted I was in America. I had 100 people just congratulating me, and I got to the hotel and I chilled for a bit, and for like 10 minutes, I was watching American TV. I was watching Fox News and everything, and it was so cool. I was loving it. And about an hour later, I'm meant to be dropping dead tired, but I was so full of energy. I just went straight out, went straight to the nearest mall, and I went shopping. And I bought all these cool shirts. I bought like a Superman shirt, a Captain America shirt, a Deadpool shirt. It was amazing. And I went to ate at this mall in Seattle, and it was really cool. It was the most awesome experience. And then I got home, chilled out, and then on the Thursday I went to the city of Seattle, and it got these giant ass fucking buildings. You think London has great buildings? No, 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 no. London's got big ass buildings, but Seattle is unlike anything I've seen. It's got this really cool fish market that you go into, and it just goes on for miles. And it's fucking amazing. And the giant ass buildings is unlike anything I've seen. So unparalleled. Fucking amazing. I was loving it, and it was just such a build up because basically what Crypticon was around the corner. So basically, I went and chilled, saw Seattle, saw the sights, and then Friday came, and I was just so I was so nervous because it was Crypticon. It was the big day, and I got up and I had a couple of drinks, some liquid courage, as you do, and then yeah, basically I went down to the convention. I got there and I queued up for my VIP pass, right? And I met Kelly Prout, lovely woman. I met her mum, two very lovely people. They who had also came over from the UK. They were very lovely, nice people. I got to chat with them for a bit, and then we were in the queue. We were getting our VIP passes. Oh wait, hold on one second. VIP. Right, it's that one. that motherfucker right here. That's what it looks like. A VIP pass. It was fucking awesome, man. So yeah, I was digging that. And yeah, got my VIP pass and got this, and then what happens? All of a sudden, all we hear is, "Oh hi guys!" And I was like, "What?" I looked to the left, and who's it? Oh, it's only Sylvia fucking Soska, and Jen Soska. You know, the Soska sisters are just right there to the left of us, like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god!" I'm just like, "Hey guys, what's up?" You know, I was like, "This is okay. This is happening. This is reality. This is happening, man." And then they went to their booth, and the second I got my VIP pass, that was it. I went straight to the booth, man. I went straight to see him. And then they basically, Jen and Sylvia they got there late because their train had somehow broken in half or something. And immediately, you know, you tell me your train's broken in half, you know, I'm thinking of a Michael Bay movie. You know, Michael Bay, train broken in half, explosions. But no, what happened was, their train got delayed because of it, so they only just got there themselves. And they went to set up set up their booth, and we went over. Me, Kelly, and a few others went over. And then, as they were setting up, Jessica Cameron, the director of Truth or Dare and Mania, that's coming up this year, and also stars in Save Yourself, directed by Ryan Andrews. Basically, Jessica Cameron comes up from behind me and says, you know, we say hi, and I'm hugging her like crazy. I met her at last year's Fright Fest in London, and Jessica and I have been very close. We've stayed in touch since Fright Fest. You know, arguably one of the best women I've ever known. You know, we were chatting for a good bit, and then she gave me some gifts to give to Jen and Sylvia, and including my Christmas presents that I had to give to Jen and Sylvia. It was really cool. And what happened was, Soska's just finishing setting up. Sylvia came to say hi to all of us, and she was hugging us like crazy, you know, saying hi. And then, I don't know how this works. Sylvia moves out of the way. Now, last I checked, Jen's just down, sort of on her knees, just getting some stuff, getting more of her gear. So I completely, like, lose the attention of Jen as I'm hugging Sylvia. Sylvia moves out of the way, and then Jen, from like, this is like, she's like 30 feet, 20 feet from me. She runs up to me and hugs me to the point where she almost NFL tackles me to the fucking ground. I didn't fall to the ground, but she tackles me, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I almost fall backward, and it's like, but thankfully we didn't, because that would have been, well, not so bad, but yeah, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Jen would appreciate that too much. But yeah. But bottom line is, you know, she just tackle hugged me, and yeah, it was fucking cool, man. And yeah, what went down was I gave Jen her gift. It was like a Funkio figurine of Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of her all-time favorite movies, and apparently she's got a Roger Rabbit bunny type doll that she has in her bedroom. Apparently, now she's got a little Funkio figurine, and she was very pleased. And I gave her this little note. This was sent at Christmas, by the way. I sent her this little cute note as well, and she read it out, and I was kind of embarrassed because, you know, it was sort of a Christmas greeting / love letter kind of. But yeah, and she was very pleased with that, and we took a few pictures of her with the Roger Rabbit figurine, and then I gave Sylvia her Poltergeist soundtrack, because Poltergeist was originally the movie that kind of got them into filmmaking, because they watched the movie and they were very scared of it when they were little kids, and their mother, Agnes Soska, showed them, sort of explained to them that that's not how it really is. They sort of explained to her, showed them behind the scenes of Poltergeist and how they make movies and how it's all done by special FX animatronics, and it kind of got them in. That was the setting stone. That was the point where they said, right, we want to be filmmakers. So yeah, Sylvia got the Poltergeist soundtrack, you know, the score. So that was pretty cool. And then we chatted for half an hour, a good hour and half an hour, where we discussed Avengers: Age of Ultron. Jen just basically explained all the Infinity Gems to me, the Infinity Gems that have been surrounding the entire Marvel universe of movies so far. She told me about all the Infinity Gems and how there's a whole backstory about this goddess who used to own them or something. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. My friend Caroline Booker was asking me about it, and I had no fucking idea. I was trying to tell her about some of the Infinity Gems, but Jen Soska just like basically just spelt it out for me. And I was like, oh shit, I kind of wish Caroline was here, you know. So that happened, and then we were just chatting for a good bit about wrestling, and Kelly Prout gave the Soskas a book about fucked up penis shapes, and I was like, oh really? And it was really funny their reactions to it and everything. And then I took a few photos for Kelly Prout with the Soskas, and then I think it was Terry Smith. Forgive me if I forgot your last name. I'm a bit of a dick about it. Terry took some photos of me with the Soskas, and oh my god, seriously, happiest moment of my life. It was I've been to Metallica concert. I've seen Metallica 3 times in concert. I've seen Slayer. I've seen Iron Maiden. I've been to the Royal Albert Hall where I watched Star Trek with a live fucking orchestra. I've been to Ozfest. I've been to wrestling events. I have seen the most awesome shit. I've seen The Dark Knight 6 times in IMAX. You know, but that moment when I was taking photos of the Oscars and they were hugging me like it was no tomorrow, that was the most epic, epic defining moment of my existence. I swear, I've never been more happier. It was such a sweet moment. You know what I mean? Jen and Sylvia Soska and Jessica Cameron, who was there. They all treat their fans so fucking well, man. They don't bullshit you. They don't go. They're not two-faced in any way. They're the nicest, most badass motherfuckers you'll ever know on the planet. You know, and straight after I saw the Soskas, I went straight to Jessica. Me and Jessica, we hung out for a bit. We were talking a little bit about politics and movies, and a bit about the film industry. If you want to ask anyone about the film industry, the truth about the film industry, what you need to know, Jessica Cameron is for me personally, the #1 source. She's not going to bullshit you. She's going to tell you straight, whether you want to hear it or not. You may hate her for it. She's told me things that I wasn't comfortable with, and I was at first like, how dare she say that to me? But then you need people like Jessica Cameron in your life to tell you, look, this is how it is. You know, you need people like her to just tell you straight up, and that's what I love about Jessica. You know. And yeah, I was hanging out with her and Terry and Johnny. I want to say Johnny Johnson, but again, if I butchered the name, please forgive me. We all hung out with Jessica for a little bit at her booth. One of the loveliest people ever. You know, I'm glad I have her as a friend, and we chat all the time on Facebook, like almost on a pretty regular basis. But yeah, you know, just hanging out with Jessica and meeting Soskas. That afternoon, I was just all over the place. I was all balling like a fucking kid. I was taking photos all over the place of of my time at Crypticon that day, and I also met Bill Mosley. Yes, Bill Mosley, Devil's Rejects Bill Mosley, and we talked music. We were talking about when he hung out with Kerry King and his wife. Kerry King, one of the lead guitarists. You know, he plays in a little band called Slayer. You might have heard of him. If you haven't, seriously, just get a Slayer record. Seriously, because Slayer are one of the most intense, most awesome bands of all time. Slayer are fucking awesome. And yeah, he hung out with Kerry King and his wife, and apparently they, were jamming, playing music together and everything, and it was great. Just talking about Metallica, Slayer, Motorhead, Slash, and all these great bands and all his music that influences Bill Mosley's work and everything he does. And it was cool. He was just so fucking laid back, man. He was such a chilled out guy. So it was a great privilege to speak with Bill Mosley. And then I went home and I got changed because it was the VIP meet and greet that evening. And I got there and I was with Terry and Jessica for the first bit. And I had something to eat and I had a couple of drinks. And we hanging out. Anytime you're hanging out with Jessica and Terry, Terry was being the frat buddy guy, just punching me and just messing me about a bit, but in a good way. In a good way, you need people like him around. Cool guy. And then the Soskas came in, and then I was just hanging out with them for a bit, and Kelly and this other woman, and I didn't get her name, and I regret not getting her name because she was fucking badass, man. she was just chatting and everything, and she was cool. And then what happened was I got to chat with Jen and Sylvia for a bit about video games, Mortal Kombat, about Jason Voorhees in the new Mortal Kombat 10, and all the cool shit he can do, and explain to Sylvia why she should get a fucking Xbox One and get Mortal Kombat 10 and do that. I was also trying to talk Sylvia into getting me in the Kill Crazy Nymphos Attack comic book as a guy who would be killed off by the Sister Sisters. She said she talked to Daniel Way, Deadpool writer, about getting it done, but if it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. But, you know, I would love to be involved with that. You know, whatever I got to do to get involved with that, I'll do it. But then I also was very honored that evening to meet Gigi Guerrero, Raynor, Luke Bramley, and the guys. These guys are part of a little gang called Luchagore Productions. Some of the most talented motherfuckers out there right now. You know, Gigi, I think she's only like 25, but she's such a young fucking talent, man. Raynor and Gigi, you know, and Luke, they have only made a few short movies at the moment, but they are kicking so much fucking ass. El Gante, their short movie, basically has won so many awards, you know, lately, all these short film festivals, and hopefully they're taking El Gante to hopefully make a feature film. I want to call it Mute con Carne, and it's going to be working together with Luchagore Productions and Shane McKenzie. But yeah, when they came in, you know, I was getting hugs like nobody's business with the guys, and I hung out with the Luchagore guys for a bit, and we discussed the works of Eli Roth and Robert Rodriguez. I told them about the time I ditched work one time when I was very young just to go see Once Upon a Time in Mexico, because I only found out it was released on the weekend. That weekend, I didn't know of its existence until that weekend. I was a big fan of Desperado and of course El Mariachi by Robert Rodriguez. So I ditched. I called in sick. You know, I can't make it today, man. And then I got on a coach fucking for 2.5 hours from to Dublin when I was living in Ireland at the time, just to go do that. And yeah, it was a fucking awesome time. Just hanging out with the Luchagore guys, with Jessica Cameron, and of course with the Soskas. You know, they're all treating me really fucking good. And then basically, I was really tired, so fucking tired. And there was a midnight screening of Circus of the Dead, and I didn't know if I wanted to go because I was so fucking tired. And then at the time I was with Jessica and Gigi, and then Jessica looked at me in the eyes, and she said, "Look, stop being a fucking pussy, stop making fucking excuses, and go see that fucking awesome movie." And yep, that's what happened. I went there, went down, and went to see Circus of the Dead. I was watching it with Tanja Atomic, and Tanja Atomic is this really cool independent filmmaker, and she's such a babe. She's such a darling. I love her to pieces. She's alright. And yeah, Circus of the Dead is so far my favorite film of 2015. It's directed by Bloody Billy Pon, Billy Pon, and it has one of the best performances I've seen in a movie in a long time by Bill Oberst Jr. And he plays the head evil clown, and it's about a bunch of evil clowns who torment this guy for one night and just get him to do all this fucked up shit. And I gotta tell you, it's such an amazing movie. It should be kicking ass. It'll be kicking ass in festivals all over 2015, and it will get general release, and you will see it, and you will love it. It's fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I was nodding off a little at certain bits of the movie, but thankfully I was woken up by all the laughs, because people were pissing themselves laughing. You know, all those who were drinking Red Bull were pissing themselves laughing at it. It was fucking amazing. That was my first day at Crypticon. I'm only just gonna talk about day one at Crypticon because it was so amazing. It was such a great experience. One day, you know, I was reunited with one of the best women on the planet in Jessica Cameron, and I met Jen and Sylvia Soska, who just treat me so fucking good, man. This the whole weekend. You're gonna hear a couple of more little stories. This is gonna be a 3-part, maybe 2 3-part thing, man. So this is part 1, volume 1, and yeah, and I met Luchagore Productions, Gigi, Raynar, and Luke, and they were fucking awesome people, man. I could talk movies with those 3 all fucking day long, man. You know, really, they're just the loveliest fucking people in the world. And yeah, to meet Johnny and Kelly Prout and Terry, and those guys are fucking great, man. Each and every one of them. So yeah, uh, Bill Mosley's a fucking laid back dude as well. He was fucking cool. And there's some other people who I will mention that I met over the weekend, which I will get into other videos. But yeah, so far, Crypticon Seattle was a fucking blast. I can't thank. I also sat down also that evening with the head organisers. They wanted to sit down with me because they couldn't believe that a guy came all the way over from the UK just for Crypticon Seattle. And they sat me down and asked why I did this. And I told them, man. I told them because I was going to go to Horror Hound a couple of months ago. But then Jessica Cameron was going to Crypticon Seattle too with Soska. So I said, yep, good. I want to reunite with Jess. And they sat me down and they treated me to some more drinks and everything. And they treated me good. But, you know, other times I had to remind them that, hello, Kelly Prout came from the UK too, you know. Talk to her too, man. She came over with her mom, you know, chat with her. They're awesome people, you know. Yeah, but the organisers, they did a great job of Crypticon. It was fucking amazing. And you're gonna hear more about the awesomeness of Crypticon in future videos, which I'll do hopefully tomorrow and Thursday or Friday, because I still need to see Jurassic World with a workmate, and I've got to get that sorted. And I will review Jurassic World and talk about that. But yeah, you're gonna hear some really awesome stories about Crypticon. This is just the beginning of my great American adventure at Crypticon in Seattle. My name is Johnny H. Please like, please comment, share this video, and most of all, subscribe. There's so much more on the way, guys. Get ready.